Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Hello, and welcome to the Rogue Racing League here at Chicagoland for round 3 of season 4. Greg Tilson up in the booth for Fearless Broadcasting. I don't know why that just came on. Hide that. Sorry about that. Greg Tilson for Fearless Broadcasting. Want to give a big thank you to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, of course, for having me up here and push the edge. Thank you for tuning in to Rogue Racing League here at Chicagoland. Let's take a track overview here. Chicagoland, a 1.5 mile speedway here, 1.53 miles to be exact. Quite a bit of a progressively banked racetrack out here as we see these drivers going out for their first laps of qualifying here. Excited to take on round 3 here of season 4 with Rogue Racing League. See what these boys can put up for qualifying. Excited to see what these boys can do here tonight. Gen 4 NASCAR Cup Series cars. Just about 900 horsepower underneath the hood of these bad boys. Drop our tower down. These first qualifying results starting to tick in here. Lee Jones with the early advantage and Chuck Sweeting sitting in second currently. Only other driver to put up a time is that 69er Richard Culbertson. Tim Darby jumping up to second in that 13 there. As we have a 10-minute qualifying session here, drivers getting their laps in for qualifying. 2 laps. Some drivers electing to put some more down just to get some practice. Really glad to have you here with us at Fearless Broadcasting. If you haven't already, make sure to go hit that like and subscribe. Every interaction there helps us grow this channel, helps us bring these races to more people. growing our community every single day. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber goal we got here. Once again, want to give a big thank you to our sponsors and partners over at Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, of course, and Push the Edge. You've noticed the last few days over on Push the Edge, I've been trying to put out some cool little TikTok videos and stuff of the sort. Watch that 89 Nicholas Trudeau out here making some laps, currently 4th on the board. Give you a little rundown once again. Chuck Sweeting in that 75, currently up in that top spot. And as I start, Alex McWhorter in that 7, jumping up to 2nd. Aaron Rucker in 3rd in that number 3. As that changes, Nicholas Trudeau in that 89, jumping ahead of him. 84 jumping to 3rd there, Corey Stewart. Nicholas Trudeau down to 4th. Aaron Rucker in 5th in that 3. Nathan Anderson sitting in 6th. Richard Culberson in 7th. Jason Johnson in 8th. Lee Jones in 9th. Got Wesley Outman in 10th. Jake Johnson 11th. Tim Darby in 12th. Austin Toller sitting in 13th currently. All the drivers that have submitted a lap so far, all within just about 0.6 of a second from one another. These first 13 to put down a lap. Quite a few more drivers to go. Let's jump and see at number 8, Devin Clark out there going for his first lap. Last season's championship winner here, the 21 of Jason Berg. Sorry, on the screen tonight he will be scored as the 420. Not quite sure how that got switched, but Jason Berg, the 21, last season's champion, going out for his first lap of qualifying. Let's go ahead and jump. Can we jump on board with him as he sets, oh my gosh, in the wall. Commentator curse, sorry about that, Jason. See if we can't. Dylan Passetti also in the wall. About to jump on with him. See David Chandler in that one, pulling out. Jump on board with David Chandler. As he rides that top side, notice a lot of these drivers are going to be on that high side through 3 and 4, I think. Got to make a few test runs before the race here. All the way down on that apron at the line. Back high, entering turn. Excuse me, hiccups. Whoops. As we notice, enter turn 1 nice and high, down low through 1 and 2. Down the back chute, right against the wall. Driving a middle line through 3 and 4 here. Exiting nice and high. Bringing that speed all the way down the hill, across the start finish. And that was a lap with our boy David Chandler in that number 1 car. Great little on board with him. If you're in the chat with us right now, go ahead and say hi. Who do you have for winning here tonight? Quite a few drivers out here getting their laps settled in now. David Chandler in that 1, jumping to that 2nd position. John Spizak jumping to 3rd here in this 54. Looks like that was the end of his run. Go through the top 10 here quick. Chuck Sweeting, David Chandler, John Spizak, Jason Berg, Alex McWhorter, Corey Stewart, Nicholas Trudeau, Aaron Rucker, Dylan Passetti, Nathan Anderson, Devin Clark, Richard Culberson, Jason Johnson, Lee Jones, Wesley Outman, our top 15, Jake Johnson, Tim Darby, and Austin Toller rounding out our top 18, getting their runs in. Watch the 56 Matt Novella pulling out onto the track. See if we can't get eyes on him. Sitting at the end of pit road, getting ready. 42 Joshua Dunn pulling out on the Speedway here. And that little R before our name, that was our rookie drivers this season here in Season 4. You notice one of those R's when I pull up this driver information, like we do here with Joshua Dunn in the 00 car. Just know that is his rookie season, rookie driver here in that 42, trying to set his first lap out here tonight. Jump on board with another rookie in this 56, Matt Novella, looking to get his first few laps here in a Tony the Tiger hot rod out there, looking like an old Terry Labonte of the old. As we see that 45, Tyler Daniels pulling out there. Once again, another driver, unfortunately, his number got changed this week. I don't know what happened with that. Excuse that 666. This is Tyler Daniels' number of the 45. And that Jason Berg 21. Not the number 420. Something we're going to have to keep in mind today, viewers. Sorry about that. Once again, Matt Novella in that 56, jumping up to the second position. Great run by him. As we watch this 45, Tyler Daniels here getting his first lap complete, jumping up to the 8th position. Good top 10 first lap. See what he can put together this second lap here. Letting that 45 stretch its legs here. Tyler Daniels coming to the checker, down to the stripe. And jumping up to that 6th position. Looks like no more cars out on track. Gonna give you, looks like 21 cars so far put down a lap. Chuck Sweeting currently on that provisional pole out front right now. Matt Novella sitting in 2nd. David Chandler in 3rd. John Spizak in 4th. Jason Berg rounding out our top 5 there tonight. As that is the end of qualifying, let's show our starting grid here. On our pole tonight, Chuck Sweeting in that 75. Matt Novella in that 56, starting outside row 1. David Chandler, strong starting position, P3. John Spizak in that 54, starting outside row 2. Jason Berg with a P5 starting position. Tyler Daniels, P6 there. And that 7, Alex McWhorter. Corey Stewart sharing that row 4, P7, P8 here. Nicholas Trudeau and Aaron Rucker in that row 5, P9, P10. Joshua Dunn and Dylan Passetti in row 6, rounding out P11, P12. We've got Nathan Anderson and Devin Clark rounding out row 7 here tonight. Row 8, Richard Culbertson, Jason Johnson in that 29 and 69. 2 9-enders there in row 8. The 11 and 48 of Lee Jones and Wesley Outman. P17, P18 rolling off here tonight. Jake Johnson, P19. Tim Darby rolling off P20 here in that 13. Austin Toller in the 46, P21. David Owens rolling off row 11, P22 here tonight. Peter Stewart in the 9, rolling off P23. Gary Rose, P24 in that 51 camel car. Stephen Neal, P25, row 13. Zach DeMars rolling off P26. Great field of drivers here tonight. Getting ready to go. Green flag racing here. Super excited. Round 3, Season 4 of the Rogue Racing League. What a view, drivers. All gridding up here. Gonna be one heck of a show. 120 laps around Chicagoland Speedway here. Anybody's race. Definitely anybody with a chance here tonight. As we watch these drivers starting to roll off. Give us a little bit of a chopper cam here. Once again, that top 10 here for you. Chuck Sweeting, Matt Novella, David Chandler, John Spizak, Jason Berg, Alex McWhorter, Tyler Daniels, Nicholas Trudeau, Joshua Dunn, Corey Stewart, all with the chance here to make something happen, starting in that top 10. Pace lights out here, getting ready to go. Back green flag, or go green flag for our initial start here. 75 of Chuck Sweeting, Matt Novella in that 56, leading us off to this green flag here. Green flag is out.
Caution's out. All right, buddy,
and back behind. Caution coming out. Wow, unfortunate there. Jake Johnson in that 32 around yellow already out here. Go ahead and take a look back here. See what had transpired. Just a big checkup there from the front. Those back guys all getting ready to go. Unfortunately, that 46 of Austin Toller just picking up the rear end of that 32. Unfortunate start of the race for that 32. Doesn't look like he received too much damage there. I do think that he will be able to get that thing back going. First checkered flag here. Unfortunately, lap 1. Big checkup on that start. Sorry, we'll get that thing back going green. Great time again to use this top 10. Starting on this restart in the inside, it's going to be Chuck Sweeting, Matt Novella still in row 1. John Spizak, David Chandler, row 2. Jason Berg, Tyler Daniels, row 3. Alex McWhorter, Corey Stewart, row 4. Nicholas Trudeau, Aaron Rucker. Looks like most of these guys all got to stay up front. The action happening back in the back. Got Joshua Dunn, Dylan Passetti, Nathan Anderson, Devin Clark, all itching for that top 10, just outside of that top 10 currently. Richard Culbertson, Lee Jones, Jason Johnson, Wesley Ottman, Tim Darby, Peter Stewart, all within the top 20. Rounding out our field there, Gary Rose, Stephen Neal, Zach DeMars, Jake Johnson, Austin Toller, and David Owens. David Owens may have got involved in that one also. Not entirely sure on that one. Pace lights back. Whoops. Sorry about that. Pressed the wrong button. There we go. Pace lights out on the... No, back on. Thought they were off. They are indeed on. Yeah, pace car lights about to come out though, I do believe. Let's see if we can get... Oh, will it let me? Don't think it'll do it for me. Very unfortunate. Why won't it? Okay. Tried to get the gearbox from the pace car, but it wouldn't give it to me. That's alright. Let's see from gyro cam up front. Matt Novella in that 56. Sitting up in second. Two Chuck Sweeting in that 75's outside. Another restart here, see what he can do on this outside. Started in that second, still sitting in that second position. Green flag next time by. Looking forward to an exciting start of this race. Get a little bit of green flag racing here. Everybody was a little bit anxious on that initial start. Got a little bit stacked up. That's okay. I'm sure the drivers heard about it. Make sure you guys don't do that again. Chuck Sweeting in that 75. Matt Novella leading him to this green flag here.
Green flag.
Green flag is underway. Looks like most of these cars getting through safely here. Great job, drivers. Rogue Racing League underway for round 3 here at Chicagoland. Brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Tilson up in the booth. Chuck Sweeting in that 75. Able to move himself out ahead. See a car sideways in the back. Able to keep it off of everybody else. No yellow. Kept the car rolling. That is Nathan Anderson in that 30 back there. Little bit of bad luck getting that car sideways. Kept it going straight. Jumped back out front here. What a race brewing. See that smoke from that 30 car. Nathan Anderson last lap getting a little bit sideways. Getting some help side by side action for that battle of second and third. Matt Novella, John Spizak side by side. Tyler Daniels, David Chandler also side by side for that third and fourth spot. What a great battle brewing up front here. Let's take a little closer look. Luckily, Chuck Sweeting in that 75 able to get a little bit out in front. Three wide, David Chandler making some contact with Tyler Daniels. Able to make it through into turn 1 here. That number 1, David Chandler, looking to make it 3 wide in the middle between that 54, John Spizak, and the 45 of Tyler Daniels. Thought better of it, ducking behind the 54, John Spizak, who unfortunately took a big blink right there going into 3. Definitely not giving David that confidence he wants. Following him there on the outside as John Spizak to the bottom with an aggressive move across the front stretch there. What a battle here for second place. No, third place now. Matt Novella in that 56, making a little bit of a gain towards that 75. Chuck Sweeting 3 wide here. Jason Berg on the 21 to the bottom, passing that 45 Tyler Daniels. And that 7 Alex McWhorter looking to get past that 1 of David Chandler. Not quite enough to make it past John Spizak, his good buddy there. Just in front, maybe playing a little bit of blocking for Jason Berg. There in that 21 to the bottom. David Chandler to the outside. John Spizak not giving him any room. Side by side through for this battle for third place. Jason Berg now taking control of that third place position with John Spizak in that 54. Now the battle side by side of the 45, Tyler Daniels, and that 1, David Chandler, to his outside. The 7, also Alex McWhorter, not out of this fight. The 89 making a hard charge here, Nicholas Trudeau. A good run down the backstretch, putting himself in position on that bottom side below that number 1, almost 3 wide there. Setting himself up down the backstretch to the bottom. John Spizak with some contact. I didn't quite see what happened there. I think that was with the 1, David Chandler. What a battle happening here. Sorry, folks. This battle for third. Well, battle for fourth here now, as it begins to calm itself out a little bit. Let's run through the field. Out front, that 75, Chuck Sweeting leading here. Looking good out front. Currently already led 13 of the 13 laps. Got that advantage. Keeping it out there, out front. Great job by him. Matt Novella in that 56 sitting in second. Jason Berg made his way up to that third spot, up 2 positions. Tyler Daniels in the 45, also up 2 spots in the 4th. Dropping David Chandler in that number 1 to that 5th position. Still a good top 5. 89 setting him up, trying to get by the 89 of Nicholas Trudeau, moving to the bottom there. Almost side by side here with that 1 of David Chandler, unable to get it done. Nicholas Trudeau in that 89, looking for any room he can add. The number 7, Alex McWhorter, with a little bit of breathing space here. John Spizak down 4. Currently, fortunately, a little bit of contact early sent him into the wall, I do believe. Hopefully, that 54, not too much damage. Side by side, racing back here. 84, Corey Stewart. Side by side with the 3 of Aaron Rooker. Almost 4 wide, the 48. Wesley Altman trying to not make it 4 wide the best he can. The 69 taking advantage. Richard Culbertson moving past the 48 and the 84. Little 1 and plus. Nice little pickup for him right there. The number 3 setting his targets for him there. That 69 moving himself forward 4 positions. Up into that 11th position here. Our biggest mover so far up 9, Peter Stewart, that number 9, up 9 positions to the 14th position. Having a great race there, Peter. Wesley Altman also up 5 in that Jimmy Johnson Loads 48. Definitely having a good night. Unfortunately, down 11, our biggest mover back here in the number 30, Nathan Anderson. We noticed got into that first accident. Not what he wanted to see. Luckily, still on the lead lap out there, just trying to click some laps out. Hoping for another caution to come out. As we pop up our race recap, 18 laps here. Only that 1 caution for 3 laps. That initial start, unfortunately, getting a little bit jumbled up. Haven't talked much about weather. Popped that over 68 degrees, 7 miles an hour wind. Little bit cloudy, 67% humidity. What a beautiful day out here at Chicagoland. Check back here with some racing. A lot of these cars getting spread out here. As we give you a few scenic views around here of Chicagoland. Let's go ahead, drop that tower for a little bit here. What a beautiful racetrack. Gotta love these race cars getting around here. I'm going to do a quick ad break while we're green here, and I will be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, people stop real quick, cut. Double check the steering wheel. Controller.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Calm out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Welcome back here, live at Chicagoland, Rogue Racing League Season 4, Round 3, Gen 4, Cup Series NASCARs. Give you a quick top 10 breakdown here, as we're still green flag here. Chuck Sweeting currently out front. Matt Novella in that P2 still. Tyler Daniels up a few into that P3 spot. Jason Berg, P4. Nicholas Trudeau up into that P5 position around David Chandler. Alex McWhorter and John Spizak. Jason Dunn and Richard Culbertson rounding out our top 10. Thank you for checking out our partners over there. Once again, big thank you to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, and thank you Push the Edge. Coming back, lap 27, Chuck Sweeting, lap 28 as he crosses the stripe. Tyler Daniels up to that second position. Looks like he's making a charge to the front in that number 45 here tonight. Up quite a few spots, starting in that 6th spot. Looking for more as the laps tick by. Definitely wants to get as many laps as he can here. Keep that position moving forward. Fortunately, our biggest mover, still that number 9, Peter Stewart, back here in 13th. Started off in 23rd, up 10 spots. Not having the qualifying run that he wanted, but definitely making his way through the field. As we see that 44, Dylan Passetti, that Florida Gators car, sitting just outside of the top 10, P12 currently. Looking to make some moves forward here. Battle heating up front, a little bit of contact. I saw that 56, Matt Novella, get into the wall there just a little bit. Nicholas Trudeau in that 89, trying to work his way by that 21 of Jason Berg. Once again, unfortunately, on the scoring, 420 for Jason Berg tonight. And 666 for that Tyler Daniels, number 45. Want to give a big sorry about that one. Next week, that'll be all corrected. It's already fixed, but fortunately for this session, not going to be able to get that changed over. Both having strong runs in the top 5 right now. Much to be expected. Tyler Daniels, bridesmaid last year to the championship. And Jason Berg, last season's champion. Both expected to be up front of this field here. battle heating up. Jason Berg, Nicholas Trudeau with this 21 and 89. At 89, trying to move his way one more spot forward, up 4. Having a good race so far here tonight. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Fearless Broadcasting, Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Caution. Caution is out. Let's see. 35 of Zach DeMars. Let's bring it back. See what happened here. Ooh. Little bit of contact there. Slow it down here. Looks like almost 3 wide. The 48, the 35, and the 51 to his outside. The 35 on the bottom there. Looks like everything's going pretty well here. The 51 finding the wall into the 48. Fortunately, that 35 finding himself on the bad end of that stick. Getting turned around, losing his bumper here. Fortunately, no contact with any other vehicles. How did that 48 make it out? Pretty good there. Let's take a look from that 48's perspective. He didn't really have anywhere to go. Got a little bit of help. I just kind of want to see what that looked like for him a little bit. Yeah. No time to react. Unfortunately here, I think that one's going to be on the 51 of Gary Rose. Oh, 48 showing his displeasure as they come down pit road there. As we see the leader here on pit road, Chuck Sweeting with that first position, getting the pole out first. Drivers peeling out of pit road for these first set of pit stops for these guys here tonight. Fortunately, the first green flag caution, that first one coming out on that initial start. Nobody electing to come down pit road unless they got damage on that first initial caution for the start. You see that 48 putting in some work on that car. 35 team also gonna be putting in some work. So we see the 45 of Tyler Daniels electing not to take a trip down pit road. The number 8 of Devin Clark also choosing the same. Let's see. Let me pop up our little grid to show our restart positioning. Tyler Daniels going to be starting out front here. Devin Clark to his outside. Chuck Sweeting losing a few positions only because these front 2 drivers not taking a pit stop here during this caution. Matt Novella going to be to his outside. David Chandler still in that P5, back in that P5 position, I should say. Nicholas Trudeau losing a spot on pit road there. Alex McWhorter, Joshua Dunn, John Spizak, Richard Culbertson, all in our P10 here. Top 20 gonna be Aaron Ruckers, Peter Stewart, Dylan Passetti, Stephen Neal, Jason Bird, Corey Stewart, Nathan Anderson, Jason Johnson, Jake Johnson, Gary Rose, who I do think will get the EOL. We will find out about that. Tim Darby. Yeah, Gary Rose getting put to the back there as we see. Pace lights out on the pace car, getting ready to go back. Green flag here. Pace car down pit road. Aggressive left-hand turn there. Tyler Daniels, Devin Clark leading us to this green flag. Green is out. Tyler Daniels there on the outside with a bit of a jump out front. Great job, Tyler. Back to the bottom, side by side. Matt Novella, Devin Clark as they exit turn 2. I see a big accident. Oh no, Also, quite a few cars. I know the 69, the 48, both involved. Let's take a little look at that. Oh, wow. Not what we wanted to see there on that restart. Just coming out of turn 2. Oh, no, I think I found the culprit. That's 69, Richard Culbertson, getting way loose all by himself. That 44, Dylan Passetti, able to squeak by. Almost give him a nudge to save it. Had too much wheel in it. Cocked back sideways. The 21, Jason Berg. That 84, Corey Stewart, finding heavy damage into the wall. The 30 also getting collected here. 29 quite possibly there, getting a little bit of damage. The 24 also squeaking by. The 48, adding insult to injury. Wow, let's take it back. One more look at that one. Wow, what a turn of events there. Take it real speed. Oh, 84 hard into the wall. He caught 13 as well. Little bit of damage. Wow. Not what we want to see. A lot of good cars getting put on the trailer there. Unfortunately, Rogue Racing League not having any fast repairs out here tonight. So a lot of those drivers not going to be returning for the rest of the night. Once again, thank you for checking out Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Thielsen up in the booth here with the Rogue Racing League Season 4, Round 3 at Chicagoland. Gen 4 NASCAR Cup cars. Gotta love the nostalgia. Old 2000 era Cup cars. 900 horsepower. A lot of memories for myself. See quite a few good cars taken out in these early cautions. Hard impacts. Not what you want to see here. Long 120 lap race. A little bit early to be racing so hard, unfortunately. These guys probably getting a little talking to from race control there. Chris Maxwell, one of those Fearless Enterprise members. Once again, check out Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, and live race control now available through Fearless. Go ahead and stop by the Fearless Enterprise Discord. If you are a league or an event looking for some live broadcasting or live race control, make sure to stop by the Discord. Send us a ticket, what you're looking for, what time, what series, how long you take. And we're going to try to get you on the schedule here. Third caution out. Unfortunately here for the Rogue Racing League, Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Let's do a little race recap here. 40 laps here. Third caution. Second caution pretty much. That first one on that initial start. Getting ready to go. 3 green flag. Pace car about to pull off here. Tyler Daniels, Matt Novella leading us to this green flag, and it's out. Flag is underway. That leader 45, Tyler Daniels, out to an early lead. That 56, Matt Novella, pulling alongside that 75, Chuck Sweeting. Chuck Sweeting with a great jump out to that second position. Battle heating up behind, 3 wide. David Chandler, John Spizak, Devin Clark. David Chandler in that number 1 through the middle. Something's gotta give here, boys. What's gonna happen? 3 wide action throughout the field. That number 1 to the bottom. What a show here. Dylan Passetti in this 44, looking to make it 4 wide. No, thinks better of it. Wow, that 7, 3, and 8. Devin Clark in the 8 to the outside. That number 3. Aaron Rucker there trying to move himself forward in the number 3. Trying to be the intimidator as he works himself past that 7 of Alex McWhorter. Oh no, the 8 of Devin Clark sideways.
What can we do?
Able to catch the car. Wow. Caution coming out. Not sure if that was iRacing or admin thrown. That was a 2-car incident there. Wow, both of those drivers able to make the catch. What a piece of driving by that number 8 of Devin Clark. The 51, Gary Rose, getting a little bit of that piece of that left rear of Devin Clark. Let's bring it back one more time. Not sure if that was something brewing there between the 51 and the 8 or what, but that definitely was a hard charge by that 51 of Gary Rose. I do believe he was accounted for that first initial caution, if I'm not mistaken. Diving down into 3, that 51 just absolutely getting a great piece of that 8, Devin Clark. Tandem drifting there, side by side, pulling a drift. Both drivers able to regain the car. What car control there? No other drivers included, able to keep the car rolling. Great job by those drivers. Wow. What a heck of a job. As we see some of the lap down cars go ahead, taking their laps, jump up in the chopper. Let's go back through a top 10 here. Chuck Sweeting out front in that 75 to 89. Nicholas Trudeau sitting in second. John Spizak, Matt Novella in that second row. David Chandler still in that top 5. Joshua Dunn, Aaron Rucker, Dylan Passetti in that 4th row. Stephen Neal and Jake Johnson rounding out our top 10. Good run from all of these boys here tonight. Little race recap one more time. 46 laps complete. Now we're under our 4th caution. Unfortunately, looks like a few cautions breeding cautions here. Hopefully the driver's able to get it sorted back out, get a little green flag run like we had that good long green flag run there at the beginning.
Not going. Yellow,
Looks like we're not going this time by. We're going to drop to a commercial break real quick.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Welcome back here, Rogue Racing League, under our fourth caution here tonight at Chicagoland. Want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, and Push the Edge. Big thank you to all those partners and sponsors that help us do what we do. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, calling the shots here tonight for the Rogue Racing League Season 4. Here round 3 at Chicagoland Speedway. As we have Nicholas Trudeau and Chuck Sweeting leading us to this green flag here. When we go green flag, I'm going to do a crank it up lap. Let you boys hear these 900 horsepower. I'm going to go quiet. Not even going to call the green. Let's just hear them crank it up.
Green flag.
All right, of course, the cameraman not wanting to play very nice there. Chuck Sweeting still out in front. John Spizak making the move up to that second position here, as we see David Chandler also trying to find his way out front. Nicholas Trudeau in that 89. Not out of that battle. Drop back our settings from that crank it up. Great battle here brewing between David Chandler, John Spizak. Nicholas Trudeau also getting involved here, giving a little bit of draft to that one of David Chandler on the bottom side. See if he can work himself past that 54 John Spizak. Oh no. At 54, John Spizak finding a little piece of that wall coming out of 4. All these cars getting sorted back out. Let's take a check back through here. Little bit of side by side here between the 8 and the 9 of Peter Stewart and Devin Clark. Peter Stewart in that 9, up 12 positions. He's going to be our biggest mover right now in that 11th spot. Stephen Neal also up 12, but in the 13th spot. So being further back I'm going to say our biggest mover right now, that number 9, Peter Stewart, still in that 11th position. Having a great race for himself. Jump back out to this exciting battle for that second position. John Spizak in that 54, holding off that one of David Chandler, the 89. Nicholas Trudeau right there on their footsteps. Right there at his trunk, not letting any space be had. They make a mistake. He is there ready to pounce in that 89. Lap 55 here. Cars getting a little spread out. Looks like we should have a little good green flag run here. Hopefully commentator Curse don't come ruin that. The 1 finding his way around the 54 as the 89 tries to find himself up to that 3rd position side by side with that 54 John Spizak. That 42 blinking quite a bit back there. Not quite sure what was going on with that 42. Do believe he is scored as that 00. Not sure though. Some great racing here from the Rogue Racing League. Greg Tilson up in the booth, Fearless Broadcasting. Big thank you for stopping by. Once again, go ahead and check out Fearless Enterprise if you do need any broadcasting or live race control. That 89 making his way past that 54 John Spizak. Looking for more as he comes to that back door of the number 1 David Chandler. Ride through the top 10. Chuck Sweeting still out in front in that 75. David Chandler trying to make a run on that 75. Coming out of turn 2 here. Down the backstretch, just not a big enough run, not enough energy there. Making his presence known there in the 2nd spot. David Chandler in the number 1. Nicholas Trudeau right on their back door, that 89. John Spizak in that 54. First Ford out there. All these Chevys in the top 10. Only Ford is that 54 of John Spizak. That 42 scored as that 00 here tonight. Joshua Dunn with a solid run up in that top 5, trying to look for 4th position here past the 54. John Spizak to the bottom through the stripe, not able to get it done here. Not enough. Little bit of a blink, jump back to that 7. In 6th position, Alex McCorder, and the 3 Aaron Rucker sitting in 7th. Does look like the 42 unable to get past that 54 still. The 44 up 4 spots here tonight. Dylan Passetti in that Florida Gators. Number 44. Tyler Daniels in that number 45, sitting in that 9th position currently. Scored as a 666 here tonight. Jump back to that final top 10th spot here with the number 9. Peter Stewart up 13 positions here tonight. Still our biggest mover. Not stop moving forward since the drop of that green flag. Great job by that number 9. And that battle for the lead still number 1. David Chandler trying to go for it from that number 75, Chuck Sweeting. Fortunately unable to get enough momentum to get a run to get past him here. The 89, Nicholas Trudeau, looking to capitalize on that number 1. Jump back, not a lot of side-by-side action here. A lot of the cars electing to single file out here. Want to give a shout out to the drivers out of the race. The number 69, Richard Culbertson. The 46, Austin Toller. 29 at Jason Johnson. Zach DeMars in that 35. Wesley Ottman in the 48. Jason Berg in that 21. Corey Stewart in the 84. And Lee Jones in that number 11. Thank you guys for all coming out here tonight. Looks like they all have retired from tonight's race. Packed it up in the hauler. Early cautions leading to them sitting here watching the broadcast with us. See if we can't get a hold of one of these drivers as we're green flag here. Still watching that battle of the 1 and that 89, excuse me, of Nicholas Trudeau and David Chandler. Hey, Wesley Ottman, number 48. This is Greg up in the booth. Do you got me, buddy?
I got you. What's going on, man?
Unfortunately, looks like an early retirement to this race. Tell me a little bit about it, bud.
Got collected in the first one. Guy came off the wall, took me out. Nothing I could really do. I was 3 wide. Didn't really expect it. Should have backed out probably. Second one, went to avoid it. And as I went up, his car decided it was going to go up as well. The brakes finally came in. So it is what it is. Always next week.
Well, had a good start to the race. Was up a few positions. Made a little note of that. I think it might have been a commentator curse. Who knows? But fortunate early end to the race. Great to have you up here in the booth, buddy. Good luck next week.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy, boss. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. And that was at number 48, Wesley Outman. I can't move him back. Come on. Nope. There we go. Check back out front with that 75. Chuck Sweeting pulling out ahead. Putting a little gap on the field here. That 89, Nicholas Trudeau, sitting in that second position. At 1 of David Chandler, unable to hold the 89 back. John Spizak still sitting in that top 5 in front of that 54 or 42 of Joshua Dunn, the number 7. Alex McCorder still up in the top 10. Tyler Daniels making his way back forward in that 45. Made note he was a few spots back last time we checked up with him. Making his way forward. Aaron Rucker in that 3. Sitting in a good top 10 spot there in 8th. Peter Stewart in 9th. Still up 14 spots for the night. Having a real good race. Dylan Passetti in that 44 rounding out our top 10 there. Quick rundown of our top 10. Battle for that first lap down position. That number 13, Tim Darby, our first car to go a lap down, currently in that 17th spot. As we see the leaders passing by, that 89, Nicholas Trudeau. Chuck Sweeting out ahead now. Started on the pole. Still out ahead. See how many laps Chuck has led. 63 here tonight on lap 71. Quite a bit of laps led here at 75. Absolutely looking strong here tonight. What a race he is having here. See if we can catch. This looks like the closest battle currently. That 24 of David Owens and that 8 of Devin Clark side by side, coming out at 2 down the back. Another battle brewing up front. That 45 making his way around a few more cars into the wall. Tyler Daniels, that 45, collecting the wall there a little bit. Not what he wanted to see. Slowed up that energy he had. He was building quite a run there up on that top side. Finally able to complete that pass on the 7 down the back. Few of these cars catching the wall. The number 3, it looked like that 42 also catching the wall there a little bit. So I see Dylan Passetti down to that 12th position. Joshua Dunn still sitting in that top 5 in that 42. So you watch this 45 Tyler Daniels trying to make his way past. Check back with some side-by-side. That number 8 of Devin Clark side-by-side with Jake Johnson in that 32 M&M's machine. At 48, finding himself back in the wall. I think he found himself back out on track. I thought he was in the garage. It looked like he said he's taking it back out there. Wesley Altman had a little interview with him. Back out on track, that 48, as we watch that 32 of Jake Johnson working himself by here on the bottom. Looks like Wesley having a bit of connection issues up there on that top side. Jake Johnson unable to make the pass. Side-by-side action here with the 3, Aaron Rucker, Alex McWhorter in the 7. Figuring out the 7 getting past that number 3. Laps ticking down here, 77. This time as the leader crosses the stripe. 45 and the 7. Little bit of contact there as they cross the stripe. No harm, no foul. Both cars keeping it straight. Let's see one more time. I'm going to try to do a crank it up segment here up in the booth. Let these Gen 4 cars stretch their legs. I'm going to let it go to scenic view. Hopefully that TV crew works with me this time. See what we can do here. Hopefully it'll help me out. Oh no, the 3 and the 7, sorry. Had to cut back live. Caution back out there. Caught that one live on our Crank It Up. Let's bring it back. The 45 and the 7 there. Having quite the battle. Oh no, that was the 7 and the 3. Making contact here. Let's slow it down. I saw the 45 right there in a black car, so I thought it was the 7 and the 45. They were having a battle. The 7, fortunately, getting tight, getting in the wall, collecting that 3 car. That'll be on the 7, finding himself, Alex McWhorter, back to the end of the line. If they can get that thing fixed and back out there right away. Quite a bit of damage. Both noses popping off, the 3 and the 7. Not what either of these drivers wanted to see. Luckily, no other drivers getting involved there. Quite a bit of damage in that 7 Fago car. Looks like it's only that bumper though. That's a... okay. Jump back live. Oh, well. As we jump back live and get the live view. Yeah, that front bumper is pretty busted up there. All right, as these leaders taking it down to pit lane here. Watch these leaders come down pit lane. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Fearless Broadcasting, Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Rogue Racing League Season 4, Gen 4, Round 3 here at Chicagoland. What a great race these boys are putting on here tonight. That 75 with that pole position. Yet to give up that lead for many laps. Excuse me, hiccups again. Gotta love it. No cars pulling any strategy, trying to get 2 tires. As you see these cars pulling back out of pit lane here. Few cars electing to stay out there, possibly. No, those are wave around cars. Never mind. All wave around cars trying to get their laps back. Confused me for a second when I looked at the timing board. 5th caution here tonight with the Rogue Racing League. Bring up our race recap real quick. 1 lead change. Momentarily. Not even quite sure who that other leader was, but 5 cautions here tonight. 17 laps. Lap 83 here of the scheduled 120. We do got a few green-white checkers if it does come to that, as we watch those wave around cars getting that wave around. Pace lights out on the pace car. Looks like we're going green next time by. Chuck Sweet and David Chandler on that front row, bringing us back to this green flag here. Chuck Sweeting in that 75. 75 laps led here tonight. What a great run he is having so far. Absolutely amazing run for that 75. Starting on the pole. Still got it out front after all these laps. Getting ready to go back. Green flag here. Rogue Racing League at Chicagoland Speedway. Excuse me. Chuck Sweet in that 75 bringing us to the green flag here. Getting a good jump out ahead of that one of David Chandler, the 89. Nicholas Trudeau moving to the bottom there. Tyler Daniels in that 45, giving that one a great push on that outside to that 2nd position. Able to grab his toe and draft. Down the backstretch here, let's see if he can get past that 89 of Nicholas Trudeau to the bottom. Moves that one of David Chandler. Makes the pass for 2nd position here. That 45 of Tyler Daniels moving to the top side. The 89, Nicholas Trudeau, still using that bottom around 1 and 2 here. No side-by-side, 3 wide back here. John Spizak, the 24, David Owens, and that 8, Devin Clark. I don't know if you guys caught that in the back of your screen momentarily. 3 wide there. Devin Clark and David Owens still side by side back there. The 44, Dylan Passetti coming off of pit road. Not quite sure what happened to that 44. Blending back onto the track. Not what we wanted to see. That 75 out front, Chuck Sweeting pulling a little bit of a gap in front of our other drivers here. As you see, pulling a 1 second gap out to 2nd of that 89, Nicholas Trudeau, able to make his way around that one of David Chandler. That 42 of Joshua Dunn to the bottom. Trying to find his way up to third around that one of David Chandler as well. Few cars electing to use that apron along that front stretch. Not everybody though. Quite a few cars keeping it above that white line. From my experience, I like dropping down on that apron. Shortest way around this racetrack here at Chicagoland. Got to get down to that bottom and make it count. So we see that 42. Joshua Dunn trying to make the pass on the one of David Chandler for that third position on the bottom side. Quite a big run he had on the front stretch, unable to make anything amount down the back there with a big blink there again. Not good, that 42 blinking in traffic. Other drivers definitely not wanting to see that. We see that one car, David Chandler, dropping to the bottom there. Chuck Sweeting just patting that lead. Now Nicholas Trudeau trying to get a little bit of a cushion for himself. Back to that one of David Chandler. Tyler Daniels, Joshua Dunn rounding out our top 5. Peter Stewart, been talking about him all night as our biggest mover. Up 17 positions to that 6th spot. That 9 car having the race of his life here tonight. Moving forward every lap. That's what it counts, man. Grinding it out here. 30 laps to go as we cross the stripe that time. 90 laps complete. 30 to go. 120 on the schedule here with the Rogue Racing League. Brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting. Once again, want to give a big thank you to all our sponsors and partners. Big thank you to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, and Push the Edge. Here for Season 4, Round 3 at Chicagoland, Rogue Racing League. Chuck Sweeting leading the most laps out here tonight. Out front still here with 28 laps to go. Nicholas Trudeau in that 89, up 7 spots from his starting position in that 2nd spot. David Chandler in that 1. Looking racy in that 3rd spot. 45 with Tyler Daniels sitting in that 4th spot. Joshua Dunn in that 42, rounding out our top 5 here. That 9 car, Peter Stewart, looking to break his way for the first time tonight into that top 5. As we see that 45 and the 1 of Tyler Daniels. I'm sorry. Tyler Daniels and that 42 getting side by side of Joshua Dunn. Trying to get himself into that top 5. Tyler Daniels holding that 5th position. Joshua Dunn down to the bottom. Trying to make it past that 45. Unable to do it there. And I'm going to do one more ad play. 26 laps to go here. We will be right back. Greg Tilson, Fearless Broadcasting. Thank you for stopping by, checking us out.
Caution, caution.
And no, I'm not. Caution flag is out.
Take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
Caution flag is out. Let's see that. 54 looks to be involved. John Spizak. Action pumping up. Thought we were going to go green there. John Spizak getting turned, it looks like. Hit that play button. The number 30 of Nathan Anderson as they come down through the front stretch. finding that back bumper of the 54, John Spizak. Luckily, John able to pull a 360, get that thing back under control there. Keep it out of the field. No other cars involved here. Go back regular speed. What a great job. 54 John Spizak here. Keeping everyone else from getting involved. Hopefully not too much damage to that rear bumper of that 54. Let's see if they come down pit lane this time. Looking for that 75, 89 coming down pit lane. Yep, 89 leading the charge down pit lane in that second spot. Nicholas Trudeau. Nope, he elected to stay out. Few cars electing to come down pit lane. Quick commercial break. We will be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind.
Welcome back here live from Chicagoland Speedway Rogue Racing League. Coming back from our 6th caution. And it looks like they threw it. We're going to go one more time around here. Few cars not getting sorted out there in the back. Didn't want that restart to get all jumbled up. Let these drivers get it sorted back up. Go back green next time by Greg Tilson up in the booth here for Fearless Broadcasting. Want to give a big thank you to all our partners. They're at Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setup, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Broadcasting, and Push the Edge. Make sure to go check out all those social channels. If you are a league or event looking for broadcasting or live race control, make sure to go check out our Discord over at Fearless Enterprise and submit a ticket in there for us, and we'll get you on the schedule if we got an opening at your time slot. Drop our tower back down. Get ready to go back. Green flag racing here with the Rogue Racing League Season 4, Round 3 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Pace car about to peel out. Chuck Sweeting still out in front of this race. Nicholas Trudeau to his outside in that 89. See what these boys can do. About to go green flag pace car. Peeling out into the Geico restart zone. Chuck Sweeting pulling off. Green flag is out. Nicholas Trudeau with a little bit of a better run on that restart. Chuck Sweeting absolutely killing these restarts here tonight. Getting out in front and making it happen. That one of David Chandler looking for a little bit more on the bottom. Looking for that second position side by side. As we come down for lap 1 after the restart here. 45, Tyler Daniels looking to the outside of that one as well. The 89, Nicholas Trudeau clears the 1. The 45 and the 42 side by side. Tyler Daniels and Joshua Dunn on the inside in that 42. What great racing here. Chuck Sweeting getting caught by Nicholas Trudeau. Little bit of a bump there. Looked like a bump draft. Almost upsetting that 75 of Chuck Sweeting. Quite a battle, that 45 and that 1. Tyler Daniels on the inside of that 1. David Chandler to the outside. Gonna have a little bit of a run sideways. David Chandler able to catch it. What a save in that 1 by David Chandler. Wow. Now that 42 to his inside. Those tires getting hot in that 1. See if he can hold that outside lane. Side by side, the 9 trying to move forward. Yellow out. Oh no, who is that? That would be... Is that... No, who is that? I'm not sure. Let's back it up. Trying to find... It looked like a red car, but I don't see... So, who is that? There we go. Austin Toller in that 46 found the culprit. Let's see what happened, though. Oh, Dylan Passetti in that 44 side by side with Austin Toller. Coming out of 3 and 4. Austin Toller getting sideways. Coming down the track into the 44. Dylan Passetti nowhere to go. Austin Toller out into the wall hard. Hard into the wall for that 44. Austin Toller. All other cars able to keep it off of them. Great job by all these other drivers. Jumping back live here. Up front, Chuck Sweeting still out ahead. 7th caution flag for tonight. Nicholas Trudeau in that 89. Sitting there in 2nd position. Currently in 3rd, that 45 of Tyler Daniels, excuse me. Joshua Dunn in that 42, sitting in 4th position. David Chandler, that number 1 car, rounding out our top 5 here. David Owens in that 24, up 16 positions. Now our biggest mover of the night. Also up 24, Peter Stewart in that 9. We've been talking all about tonight. Currently in that 7th spot, but also up 16. So the 24 up a position, up the same amount of spots. David Owens moving into that biggest mover of the night position with the tiebreaker of a better position. John Spizak sitting there in that 8th spot. Devin Clark sitting back in 9th. Matt Novella rounding out our top 10. Jake Johnson sitting there in 11th. Nathan Anderson sitting in 12th. Gary Rose in 13th. Sitting in 14th. Aaron Rucker's in that 3, making some pit stops. Tim Darby in that 13, out there rolling a few laps down, unfortunately. Richard Culbertson also out there a few laps down. Austin Toller in that 18th spot, bringing it to pit road. Jason Johnson, Wesley Ottman, Zach DeMars, Dylan Passetti, Alex McWhorter, Jason Berg, Corey Stewart, Lee Jones, all finding themselves back on the trailer. Pace lights going out this time as the pace car crosses the start finish line. Looking to go back green flag racing this time. Bring up one more race recap. Lap 107 of our scheduled 120 lap race here tonight. 7th caution for 24 laps. Only one lead change here tonight. Chuck Sweeting still our leader out ahead. Give you our little grid for that top 10. Going to green on this restart here. Chuck Sweeting, Nicholas Trudeau out front. Tyler Daniels, Joshua Dunn, David Chandler all still wanting to have their chance. Showing they're still in the running here. Coming into 3 and 4, the field double file, getting ready to go green for the Rogue Racing League. Season 4, round 3 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Pace car pulling off the field, ready to go green. Chuck Sweeting in that 75. Green flag is out here. The 75 to a great start. The 89 unable to cover that bottom and fill in that spot there. Tyler Daniels in that 45, moving to the bottom, side by side with that 89, Nicholas Trudeau. As the field makes it down the backstretch for the first time again after going back, green flag, that number 1, David Chandler still in the mix. That 42, Joshua Dunn looking for some more on the outside there. Unable to make it happen. The battle heating up here for the top 5. That 24, David Owens, looking to hold on to it. That 9 car of Peter Stewart looking to advance forward. That 42 still with quite a few blinks. Hopefully he can get that network issue sorted out. Not really in a great spot for that. Let's jump back here, side by side action. That number 8 and the number 30, Devin Clark and Nathan Anderson, side by side. That 56 of Matt Novella, 54 John Spizak, side by side as well. Looks like Stephen Neal in that 43, looking just behind that 44 of Dylan Passetti, side by side with that 51, able to make the pass there. 43, Stephen Neal looking for a little bit more. So we jump back out front. Fight battle here. 89 looking to the bottom of Tyler Daniels. Nicholas Trudeau looking for that second position. Down into turn 3, Nicholas on the bottom, Tyler on the top. Trudeau able to make the pass on Daniels, that 45. Unable to cover that second position. (42 and 9 side by side back there. 9 of Peter Stewart and that 42 Joshua Dunn. Almost 3 wide here. That 24 getting involved. David Owens, the battle for 5th. David Owens currently with that position. All these drivers wanting it here. 42 still having some connection issues, unfortunately. Matt Novella, that 56 to the bottom, making some contact with the 9. Peter Stewart up high on the racetrack, able to keep it off of the wall, slide back into position. Still side by side, he's clear, but not by much there. Side by side, that 1 and 45 for that second spot. Tyler Daniels making the pass for that second position on the 1 of David Chandler, who crosses back over to the bottom. Down in 3 and 4, not enough. Make some move. The 42 in the wall back there. able to keep it straight. Racing all over the racetrack. 6 laps to go. The battle is heating up. Every position counts here. Not many laps left. All these drivers trying to make the most of what they got. That 75 Chuck Sweeting still out ahead. Nicholas Trudeau in second. The battle for third. That one car of David Chandler trying to take it away sideways. David Chandler.
Is out. What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
Let's take a look back at that. David Chandler in that one getting spun there. 56 giving him the nose. A bad bump from the 56 of Matt Novella. The one going around. Nothing David Chandler could have done there. Let's take it back one more time. That 56, just a little bit of a bump entering one there, and just nothing David could have done. As you see, already loose. Little bit of help. Sends that one spinning around. 56, quite a bit of nose damage it looked like. The one able to keep it straight. No other cars involved. Just see him working that wheel, trying to get it saved there. Keep it off the rest of his competitors. Able to get that car back straightened out on that apron. What a job by David Chandler in that number 1. Great save by that one car. Jump back out front. I think this is going to be a green-white checkered here, if I do say so myself. 75 Chuck Sweeting out front. Let's just bring up that top 10 here. Chuck Sweeting, Nicholas Trudeau, Tyler Daniels, Matt Novella. I do believe Matt Novella will be finding himself to the back once we get that one to go. EOL for that caution, if I had to call it. We'll see. David Owens in that P5 spot. Peter Stewart, Joshua Dunn, John Spizak, Nathan Anderson, David Chandler still with a top 10 spot, even after getting spun out there. Quite a bit of luck there for David Chandler in that one car. As the pace car's out, jump out to scenic view, get a look of this beautiful raceway here at Chicagoland Speedway. Thank you for stopping by. Fearless Broadcasting, bringing you Rogue Racing League here, Season 4. In the Gen 4 NASCAR Cup Cars, round 3 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. Here under caution 8, I do believe we're going to have a green-white checkered once we go back green here. Taking a look around the racetrack from a few unique perspectives. As the pace car leads the field around under this caution here. As the lights coming out, the sun going down here, intensity about to ramp up. About to go back green flag racing here. Pace lights out on the pace car. Rogue Racing League ready to go back green flag racing here. And the pace car about to peel out here. Greg Thielsen for Fearless Broadcasting, Rogue Racing League. Getting ready to go back. Green flag, Nicholas Trudeau, Chuck Sweeting bringing them to the green.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Chuck Sweeting in that 75. Probably the worst launch he's had all night here. The 89 able to slot back into second, though, enough to grab that lead. Does look like 2 laps to go. We're going to get the green-white checkered white as we come to the line this time. If the white flag comes out, the next flag ends it. Who's going to get it done here? That 89, Nicholas Trudeau, to the bottom of that 75, Chuck Sweeting. He wants this win. Coming to the white flag here, folks. Rogue Racing League, white flag is out at Chicagoland. Side by side for the lead, Nicholas Trudeau, Chuck Sweeting. Zoom in on this battle for the lead, coming to the finish. What a battle. Side by side, green, white checkered, bringing us a great battle to this end of the 120 scheduled laps. On the inside, Nicholas Trudeau. The 75 on the outside. I do believe the 89 got it. Nicholas Trudeau coming home with the win. The 75, Chuck Sweeting leading so many laps here tonight. Yeah, 0.01. 89 is given the victory. Wow. Nicholas Trudeau with a last lap pass for the win. The 45, Tyler Daniels, coming home in that third spot. Let's check out this celebration burnout that Nicholas Trudeau has in store for us. Season 2 champion Nicholas Trudeau, earning his first win this season in Season 4. Great job by that 89 of Nicholas Trudeau here, coming home in that first place. Let you listen to him burn it down here. Great job. Once again, congratulations to 89, Nicholas Trudeau. Great job bringing it home. P1 here tonight. I'm going to run some commercials one quick time. Grab our podium finishers. Before I do that, though, let's go ahead and drop this down. We're going to show our race results here tonight. Race results. Nicholas Trudeau coming home with that number 1 spot. Chuck Sweeting coming home second. Tyler Daniels rounding out our podium. Peter Stewart coming home with our hardest charger, up 19 spots. Chuck Sweeting, most laps led here tonight, 112 of the 120, unable to get it done. Chuck Sweeting also had our fastest lap here tonight with a 30.139. 8 cautions for 27 laps. 1 green flag. 3 different leaders. 1 green flag lead change. 121 laps we went with that green-white checkered. And we are going to run over into some commercials as I gather our podium finishers.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
All right. Here tonight with the Rogue Racing League winner in Season 4 here at Chicagoland, Nicholas Trudeau in that 89. You got me, buddy?
Yes, I got you.
All right, man. Coming home with that victory here tonight. Tell me a little bit about that drive, buddy.
Oh, man. I don't know where to start. I knew I had to get a good restart, so I timed it, as perfectly as I can get it. I jumped it a little bit, so I had to let off, and so I didn't beat him to the line, but I was able to maintain with him a bit, and I think most of the race I was better than him in 1 and 2, and I could just roll the bottom right on the paint. So I was right on that line, and man, I got a good run off, and I knew from a little earlier in the race he kind of slid up in front of me, and I kind of gave it to him. But I knew if I can get door to door, I had a chance. So I was able to get the inside, and 3 and 4 has been my weak point, and I thought he was going to get me coming out of turn 4 there, and it was super close, and we just edged him. But no, Chuck, he's a hell of a racer, and he led a ton of laps tonight, and he was probably, if not Tyler or others, he was probably the one to beat. So these guys are really tough every week, and so to get a win up against guys like that means a lot.
Definitely means a lot here with the Rogue Racing League Season 2 champion. Let's not forget that here, Nicholas Trudeau. Here at Chicagoland, what did you think about the track? Was it a little bit different than you expected? Did you have a game plan coming in? Did the cautions, quite a few cautions fall in tonight, did that end up changing the game plan, or did it kind of go like you thought?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't get any practice in at all. I was I was right to the wire getting in, and I had a decent qualifying lap. I think we qualified like 7th or 9th, I think we were. So it wasn't the best, but those were my first laps. So, but I knew tires were going to mean a lot with having the only 2 sets of tires. So just maintaining my tires throughout the race. When the cautions flew, that was kind of tough. But yeah, I know we have a good run car every single week, so it's just maintaining the tires, and I think I just saved enough, and I got him cooled down enough during the caution to just edge out Chuck there. So didn't really have a game plan, just keep the tires as cool as possible and save some, and we were able to do that for the end.
Great job here tonight. Nicholas Trudeau edging out Chuck Sweeting by 0.01 seconds is what I got on my board. So close finish here tonight for the Rogue Racing League for their Season 4 Round 3 here at Chicagoland. Congratulations one more time there, Nicholas Trudeau. Who you got to thank there, buddy?
Oh, man. No, we got Raising Cane's on the car, so want to thank them. But most importantly, just all the admin that put on the show, especially you and David, Dylan, Tyler, all the admins that are in here. They put on a great show every week. And no, if you want to come by and race and have a good time, this is the league to do it. We have really good guys in here. We have, I think, some of the best racing on here. It's super close and competitive every single week. Not a ton of cautions, but some weeks are better than others. But no, it's a ton of fun every single week.
Just part of racing. Cautions come with it, and then cautions breed cautions here in the NASCAR series, it appears, all the time. Yeah. But once again, thank you, Nicholas Trudeau, coming home with that P1, buddy. Congratulations. Hope to see you again up in the booth in the remainder of the season here, boss.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. You have a great one.
You too.
All right, let me grab Chuck Sweeting. If I can grab him, he is not around. Nope, Chuck not joining. So let me grab that 45 of Tyler Daniels. Hey, Tyler Daniels, Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing it home P3 tonight. You got me, buddy?
I got you loud and clear, sir.
All right, boss. How was that out of your front windshield there tonight, pal? A lot of slicing and dicing. Quite a few cautions coming out tonight. But what was it like for you there, man?
It was a lot of frustration, honestly. There was this race didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. I'm glad we were able to come home with a top 3. But to start the race, it didn't qualify where I wanted at all. Just for whatever reason, I was slow. But we just kind of saved some tires, and then once we got later in the run, the car really came to. I was able to kind of start making a charge, and once that caution came out, I did not have the pace anymore. The advantage kind of went away, which sucked. But I stayed out on that caution, thinking, we were gonna have a couple quick ones come after that because we couldn't make it on fuel at the time. So I wanted to save a little bit of tire, get out there on some fresh tires compared to everybody else's. They'll have a few laps on them, and hopefully, come back through the front, make some spots up, maybe go green the rest of the race after that pit stop, and then be able to kind of use the fuel strategy to make it out in the front. But it didn't really pan out that way. We got enough cautions where everybody else could save enough fuel, and that kind of sucked after that. But cutting back through the field was way more difficult than I anticipated. The dirty air that I hadn't really felt all night. I had single car dirty air, but once I got back there towards the back of the pack and there was 3, 4, 5 guys right there in front of me, it made the car feel very different. So I wasn't able to cut through the field like I wanted to. But as we I picked up one spot on the pit road, and once we cut some tires in and got some laps in, I was able to rally back to at least third. Super fun to watch Nick, be up front and then beat Chuck right there at the end, because Chuck was lights out all night, and he was clean air on the nose. He was able to kind of run his line, save tire. He was still quick. I thought he had it in the bag on that last restart. I didn't think it would be a challenge at all, but Nick does what Nick does, man. There's a reason he's one of our champs, and he's good on these high horsepower cars and on old tires, and I'm just glad I was able to be right behind him to watch it happen and still finish third in the points. So hopefully I don't lose too much of a lead here after this race, and we can move on to I think it's Sonoma next week, road course, and I love a road course, man. I'm a big fan of the road courses, so hopefully these high horsepower cars are going to be just as fun out there in the high heat Sonoma tracks, and we'll have some fun.
Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to next week at Sonoma. A lot of these guys, big oval race car drivers, not much road course experience. Like myself, I don't much run road course at all myself. But thank you, Tyler, number 45, coming home P3 tonight. Who do you got to thank there, buddy?
Right Plan Counseling, man. Main sponsors on the car. So far, we've been putting on a great show for them every week, getting some good points in, got a couple wins in, and we'll keep them on the card and hopefully get some more showtime with the broadcast here in the near future.
Definitely up front. Got to get that airtime there. Doing a good job at that. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Appreciate the work you guys do, and Rogue too. Appreciate the work they do.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you again throughout this season. That was Tyler Daniels in that 45, bringing it home P3 tonight.
Appreciate you, Greg.
No problem. Thank you. And that was Greg Thielsen up in the booth for Fearless Broadcasting, bringing you this Rogue Racing League Season 4, Round 3 here at Chicagoland. It does look like Nicholas Trudeau comes home victorious. Chuck Sweeting unable to get a interview. I tried to send him something, but let me try one more time. I'm going to go to a quick ad break. If not, we are going to end it off there. Thank everybody for coming by. Let me go to a quick ad break, see if I can get them one more time.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, people stop for real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
All right, folks, back here with the results one more time. Big thank you to Nicholas Trudeau big congratulations to Nicholas Trudeau winning tonight's race. Chuck Sweeting coming home second, unable to get Chuck up in the booth here tonight. Just want to give a big shout out to Chuck leading 112 laps out here tonight. Really wanted to try to get him up here to see what he was thinking after a great race, finishing second. Starting off with the pole, great run for him. For Fearless Broadcasting, this is Greg Thielsen. Want to give a big thank you to Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy Swag Shop, Premier Racing Setups, Juicy Spider Studios, Fearless Setup Shop, Fearless Motorsports, Fearless Enterprise, and Fearless Broadcasting. And also, thank you, Push the Edge. Trying to get some new videos and stuff out there from our broadcasts. Make sure you go check that one out. Greg Tilson going to be signing off here for Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast and stay fearless. Look forward to seeing you guys next week and at all our upcoming races. Thank you guys. See you next time.